Are we going from rebound to rally? Is Jerome gonna give us the quarter that we all deserve? Boycott JP Morgan? XRP price talk? HBAR's looking hot? BTC and...
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
Did Bitcoin and the crypto market just bottom out? Well, I got some new data for you. What else do I got? Green up on the screen. And this is on low volume. I can't wait to see what happens on Monday. But remember, we've got the Thanksgiving holiday coming up this week, which expects what? Low volume towards the end of the week. And probably don't expect much to happen between the governments out there. They're going to be taking a break, right? Los Estados Unidos. Now, before we get into crypto news, you are the viewer you matter most. I'm sharing your comments at the beginning of every video. Sugar Mike 1939 says, feeling good, adding to my HBAR bag. Excellent call cost. I did. I added quite a bit to my bags, but I'm not chasing it on the way up. I've got a slew of comments for you. Kev says, let's effing go. While Trickus says, yo, 3, 2, 1 launch time. It looks pretty good. From a little bit of Derek Patton. That's right, to all the Army fans out there. Bitcoin 87,626. ETH is 2833. ETH is lagging in this move, and same with BTC. Look at that. Up 3%, 4% BTC, 3% ETH, 7% up for XRP. XLM 9, almost 10%. HBAR 16%. Zcash 16%. See? BTC and ETH are lagging in this move. Fear and greed index, we're at 10. Extreme fear. We did break the outflows with a little bit of inflow on Friday. Yeah, not much from BTC. About $250 million, with ETH rounding it out with 55 million in inflows. Is Jerome going to give us the quarter? Well, check it out. The odds are swinging a little bit more in our direction. 1 week ago, it was only a 44% chance of a rate cut. Now, 69%. Well done, CME Group. And that's what we're starting to see, a little bit more optimism in the market as some good news might be coming over the horizon. Remember, regs, they're going to do the subcommittee vote in December. They're going to go for the big vote in the Senate somewhere in January or February. Get a little bit of rate cut time here in December. Maybe we get another one in January. That'd be freaking bullish for the markets. That could take this rebound and turn it into a rally. Now, crypto exchange Kraken's preparing their IPO. Anyone into the Kraken IPO? U.S. cryptocurrency exchange Kraken filed for a listing on the stock exchange last week, just hours after announcing a massive fundraising. The company is valued at $20 billion. They filed their S1 draft registration with the SEC, getting ready to go IPO. In months that followed, reports circulated that the cryptocurrency exchange was looking to raise hundreds of millions of dollars ahead of their public offering, and they did exactly that. They got an $800 million funding round with some big-time players getting behind them. Do you feel more comfortable with the big-time players like Citadel getting behind them? Let me know what you think. We saw what happened with Circle's IPO. That thing was juicy AF. They undervalued the initial offering. They were like, yeah, let's go for $24. Dude, that thing was a couple $100 real quick. It's pulled back down quite a bit now too, hasn't it? Will the same thing happen with Kraken? Strategy and BTC crypto supporters are calling for a boycott of JP Morgan. The tension erupted following news that Strategy and other crypto treasury companies would likely be excluded from major market indices. Strategy and Bitcoin supporters called for a boycott. The backlash happened as JP Morgan said, guess what? We aren't going to have them in their industry, so that they're not listed with that. That's kind of a slap in the face. JP Morgan shared the MSCI news in a research note. I just pulled $20 million from Chase and suing them for credit malfeasance. Real estate investor Grant Cardone said, crash JP Morgan and buy Strategy and BTC, says Max Kaiser. Well, doesn't really matter because guess what? JP Morgan's doing their own crypto thing. They might hate it, but they're going to make money off of it. Now, here's the deal. People are just upset that JP Morgan isn't doing the whole thing with them with listing, and I get that. But you really think people are going to boycott JP Morgan and strength? Hell no, girlfriend. Did Bitcoin just bottom out? What the data says about a rebound. Macro momentum indicators show BTC's market risk expectations are shifting aggressively. The 25 Delta Q has pushed deeper into territory across all maturities, signaling that traders are paying up for downside protection. Short-dated options remain the most skewed, but the notable shifts in longer expiries. Listen to this. This pattern typically appears near major cyclical bottom zones as markets overshoot the downside before equilibrium returns. Essentially saying that a lot of players out there probably oversold it on the negative news. And we're going to get some rebound. And usually in crypto, what do we see? Quick pumps, we get quick dumps. Quick dumps, we get quick pumps on the way back. So maybe we're into that V-shaped rebound. XRP is rebounding as well. Going to that 15-minute chart. Now, it looks pretty healthy, doesn't it, for these last couple of days? HBAR's 15-minute chart. Yeah, baby, still above 15 cents. Volume, HBAR up 150%. Meanwhile, the rest of the crypto market's only 10%, so traders are favoring the HBAR action. XRP is up 25% to 4 billion in volume. So again, traders are preferring that action with XRP. The issue we got is this, though. Yes, we're coming back, but it's still not enough. I mean, it's still not even close to enough. The 15 minutes kind of You could zoom out just a little bit, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, we were at those prices November 20th. Oh, yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is good, but is this the start from good to great? HBAR's in the same thing. HBAR's looking at this going, oh, we're back at where we were price rise on the 18th of November. Yay. That's what I mean. We got a ways to go, but right now you're seeing more action favor the alts. BTC and ETH, yeah, they're up, but they're up nowhere near like the alts are. Players out there are saying, yo, they may have oversold the negative news, which means a big rebound is set to come. You got some players out there wanting to boycott JP Morgan because they're BTC maxis and they're just pissed. Jerome might be giving us the cut, and here's the thing. Go to the January meeting. Check this out. Go to the January meeting and you're like, yeah, baby. We're definitely going to at least see the quarter, if not in the December meeting, on the January 28th meeting. And that would be bullish for crypto across the board. Altcoins, BTC, ETH, the store of value play, juicy AF, things may be turning around. Now, am I ready to say that the worst is behind us? Hell no. This is crypto. We could get something tomorrow happen and just tank us all over again. That's why I'm not chasing the prices. I literally went into this last move saying, look, whatever my average is, I'm only going to buy below that. I'm not going to chase anything north of it. I'm going to play the market rebound based on the optimism of regs and maybe a little bit of Jerome Powell sprinkling in the rate cuts, and that would be good enough for me. Now, some of you out there are looking at this going, bro, bear trap. I know, I'm kind of thinking that. But let's be real here. We're looking at the market right now and we're thinking, okay. You give us regs, cool. You give us rate cuts, even better. You give us more ETFs, awesome. But we need the money, and the money comes from the regs. Yeah, the ETFs are nice, but we've seen so far, it takes time for the ETFs to have an effect, and we need some help right now. And most of that help is the money sitting on the sidelines waiting for the reg-a-ronies. So it's all up to the Senate, but in the meantime, maybe Jerome is going to be nice to us for December. Little Christmas Jerome action. So choo-choo what? Well, right now, things are in the green. Is the train back at the station, leaving the station? Well, it seems to always be coming back around. But right now, the train is picking up steam from rebound to rally. It's possible. Choo-choo what? You know the deal. Choo-choo bitches.